Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969 to 1971, is one of the iconic British TV shows that blends thrilling detective work with supernatural twists, telling the mysterious and adventurous stories of private detective Jeff Randall and his ghostly partner, Marty Hopkirk. But have you ever wondered what happened to the talented actors who brought these unforgettable characters to life? Join us as we take a journey through the lives and careers of the Randall and Hopkirk cast, from the shining stars of their time to the unexpected turns their lives have taken. Mike Pratt, born June 7, 1931, in London, England. He played Jeff Randall in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, when he was 38 years old. Jeff is a determined and sceptical private detective, always caught between the rational world and the ghostly interventions of his late partner. Mike delivered a dry wit and realism that grounded the series. After the show, he struggled to find major roles and faced mounting debt. Twice divorced, he withdrew from the spotlight and battled health issues. Pratt died on July 10, 1976, at age 45 from lung cancer. His passing ended a career filled with promise but shadowed by hardship.
Why don't you relax? There's plenty of time.
She's always run this company. Started off as a secretary, worked her way up to traffic manager. So they had to put her on the board. They couldn't do without her.
Who are they?
Annette Andre, born June 24, 1939, in Sydney, Australia. She played Jeannie Hopkirk, the grieving widow of Marty, in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, when she was 30. Jeannie is intelligent and resilient, often caught between mourning her husband and assisting Jeff in investigations. Annette brought elegance and warmth to the role. After the series, she appeared in various British dramas but slowly retreated from acting. She focused on animal rights later in life and avoided public appearances. As of 2025, she is 85 years old and lives a private life, far removed from the limelight of her early stardom.
Right. Well, first things first. What'll it be?
Well, if that's the case, I think I'd like to go up to my room and freshen up.
Of course. Come on.
Beautiful man, though, wasn't he? Beautiful man. I mean, in his day, to look at.
He was.
You know.
But then he did those wonderful movies, Sweet Smell of Success and...
Kenneth Cope, born April 14, 1931, in Liverpool, England. He portrayed Marty Hopkirk, the lovable ghost detective, in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 38. Marty is playful, loyal, and often frustrated by his spectral limitations, yet remains determined to help his friend from beyond the grave. Kenneth became a fan favourite, but struggled afterward with being typecast. In later years, he lived a quiet life away from fame, suffering from dementia. Cope passed away on September 11, 2024, at the age of 93, due to natural causes. His death marked the end of one of British television's most recognisable character actors.
Just what is going on here, Karen? He was killed, Jeff. I don't understand it.
I certainly don't believe it now, obviously, you know.
A woman said in court that when she was 14, in the 60s, in 1965, she was taken into a...
Lois Maxwell, born February 14th, 1927, in Kitchener, Ontario, Canada. She played Kim Wentworth in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 42. Kim is an enigmatic and poised woman caught in a web of intrigue, and Maxwell's performance brought elegance and subtle tension to the role. Best known as Miss Moneypenny in the James Bond series, her fame eventually faded as she grew older. She struggled with financial insecurity and cared for her ill daughter while battling her own health problems. Lois Maxwell died on September 29, 2007, at age 80 from bowel cancer. She passed away quietly in Western Australia, a once iconic face now living far from the spotlight.
But this is something different. I'm nearly going out of my mind with all this ghost business.
Well, you've got your ghost hunter. If you can't stand it here, then buy up an hotel, but don't bother me with all this.
Here and there, and we're nothing but love objects. And the whole world has changed.
Peter Vaughn, born April 4th, 1923, in Wem, Shropshire, England. He portrayed James Howarth in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at the age of 46. James Howarth is a mysterious and affluent figure whose calm demeanour conceals deep secrets. Vaughn brought an eerie gravitas to the role. Known for his ability to command scenes with subtle menace, he had a long career, culminating in his acclaimed role in Game of Thrones. In his later years, he suffered from vision loss and lived quietly. Peter Vaughn died on December 6, 2016, aged 93, from natural causes. Though celebrated late in life, his final years were spent in near complete blindness and solitude.
He's in the study.
He's not.
Nothing's gone wrong.
Not unless you call 2 hours with a special branch going wrong.
Oh, no.
Character roles. Roles where, you know, people aren't quite right. They're not quite what they seem. They're not really very nice. Or if they're...
Michael Sheard, born June 18th, 1938, in Aberdeen, Scotland. He played the German commentator in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1970, when he was 32 years old. Though a minor part, his cold, precise delivery added a chilling tone to the episode. Sheard became known for villainous roles in Doctor Who and as Admiral Ozzel in Star Wars. The Empire Strikes Back. Despite his cult status, he faced financial struggles and was twice divorced. Michael Sheard died on August 31, 2005 at the age of 67 from cancer. He passed away in relative obscurity, remembered mainly by devoted fans of science fiction and classic British TV.
But this is another little one. We were out on roads, on roads, shooting, escaped with.
Ray Brooks, born April the 20th, 1939, in Brighton, England. He played Marty in an early unaired pilot version of Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 30, before being replaced by Kenneth Cope in the final casting. Marty was envisioned as a suave, wisecracking ghost with a rebellious edge, and Brooks's interpretation leaned into a more modern, cheeky spirit. Though his role didn't continue, Ray went on to a successful career in voice work and drama, including the narration for Mr. Ben and a role in EastEnders. As of 2025, he is 86 years old and lives a quiet life in retirement, having faded gracefully from the limelight.
I thought you said something was wrong. Wrong? It's me, Jeff. Marty. School's for some champagne, boy. Now, wait a minute. What's happening?
I told you on the phone, Jeff.
With the quadrangle in the middle, with they hung out the washing right across. And the flat we filmed in had 3 generations.
John Fraser, born March 18th, 1931, in Glasgow, Scotland. He played Hellingworth in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at the age of 38. Hellingworth is a sly and manipulative antagonist whose suave exterior hides dangerous intent. Fraser's performance brought an unsettling charm to the character. A respected actor of the stage and screen, he faced career setbacks as he aged. His memoir later revealed the personal struggles he endured living as a gay man in a repressive era. John Fraser died on November 7, 2020, aged 89, after a long illness. His death in a Spanish care home ended a quietly courageous and dignified life.
Yes, if you want to.
Is it the same with you?
I start thinking about is, what do I do to contribute to my country as I get older? And if that's the question you ask your...
George Sewell, born August 31st, 1924, in London, England. He portrayed Eric Jansen in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1970, at age 46. Eric Jansen is a tough, no-nonsense criminal with a ruthless edge, and Sewell's deep, gravelly voice and imposing presence made him the perfect fit for the role. After the show, Sewell continued to make a name for himself in gritty British crime dramas, becoming a staple of the genre. In later years, he faced health issues, but remained a respected figure in British TV and film. George Sewell died on April 2nd, 2007, at age 82, after a long battle with cancer. His passing marked the end of a career that had shaped the tough guy archetype in British screen history.
You don't mind if I finish dinner? That's my suit. It's a good fit.
The evil wizard, and in the battle, Aladdin, of course. And so I've just got to go out there and try and frighten them.
Felix Elmer, born February 21st, 1889, in London, England. He portrayed Joshua Kraken in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1970, at age 81. Joshua Kraken is an eccentric and mysterious character whose every word drips with intrigue, and Aylmer's portrayal of him brought a sense of gravitas that belied his age. Aylmer was a renowned character actor, known for his commanding stage presence and extensive film career. He continued to act well into his later years. Felix Elmer died on September 2nd, 1979, at age 90 from natural causes. His passing marked the end of an illustrious career in theatre and film, having shaped the British acting landscape for decades.
Don't torture you.
Gently, gently. Yes? You fell? Who are you?
Caroline Blakeston, born February 13th, 1933, in London, England. She portrayed Karen Howarth in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 36. Karen Howarth is a poised and intelligent woman caught in the web of supernatural events, and Blakeston's performance lent the character a quiet strength and vulnerability. A versatile actress, Blakeston went on to appear in numerous TV series and films, including her notable role in The Day of the Triffids and later in Star Wars: Return of the Jedi. Despite her success, she faced a tumultuous personal life with several failed relationships. Caroline Blakeston, as of 2025, is 92 years old, and she has retired from acting, living quietly, and occasionally speaking about her experiences in the industry.
In the world that are fans of Poldark and fans of yours.
Oh, good.
So you were telling us about your beautiful ring that
you wear. I wear this belonged to my great aunt Flora.
Jane Mero, born August 26, 1941, in Hampstead, London, England. She portrayed Sandra Joyce in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 28. Sandra Joyce is a mysterious woman whose motives remain unclear, and Mero's portrayal made her a memorable character on the show. A rising star in the 1960s and 1970s, Jane found success in both television and film. However, she experienced the collapse of her early marriage, which led to her stepping back from the public eye for a period. Jane Mero, as of 2025, is 83 years old, and she continues to live quietly, often giving interviews about her experiences in the industry, though she no longer acts.
And Sandra Joyce, a rather distant cousin.
Not too distant, I hope.
I'm just here for the weekend. You're looking...
Brian Blessed, born October 9th, 1936, in Mexborough, South Yorkshire, England. He played Jim Lawsey in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 33. Jim Lawsey is a larger-than-life character, brimming with boisterous energy, and Blessed brought his trademark loud, charismatic personality to the role. Known for his theatrical presence and booming voice, Blessed later went on to iconic roles, such as Prince Vultan in Flash Gordon and as a perennial favourite in Doctor Who. Despite his boisterous public persona, Blessed has faced personal tragedies, including the loss of his wife and a son. As of 2025, Brian Blessed is still alive at age 88, continuing to act and inspire, while also championing adventurous pursuits, including mountaineering.
Lady Sextus Balbus? Is it true? Have you slept with my daughter? Viceroy of Malaysia, and we were there specifically to hunt for orang pendek, upright man,
can I just stop
which is a kind of yeti.
Alexandra Bastido, born March 9th, 1946 in Brighton, England. She played Carol Latimer in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 23. Carol Latimer is a charming yet emotionally complex woman, and Bastido's portrayal captured the character's vulnerability and warmth. Bastido was best known for her role in The Champions, which made her a television icon. However, after the peak of her fame, she struggled with depression and found it difficult to recapture her earlier success. Alexandra Bastido died on January 12, 2014 at age 67 from cancer. Her death was a significant loss to the British entertainment community, and she is remembered for both her acting career and her passion for animal welfare.
Hello? Mrs. Hopkirk, how are you this morning?
Oh, much better, thank you.
Look, I've been thinking...
Ronald Rad, born January 22, 1929, in Ryhope, Sunderland, England. He portrayed Pargeter in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 40. Pargeter is a cold, calculating criminal mastermind whose every move is shrouded in mystery. Rad brought a magnetic unpredictability to the role. Often cast as intense and eccentric characters, he had a growing reputation in stage and TV work. However, behind the scenes, he faced battles with alcoholism and depression. Ronald Rad died on April 23, 1976 at the age of 47 from a cerebral hemorrhage linked to long-term substance abuse. His death was sudden, cutting short a career on the edge of breakthrough.
This for me, will you?
Please, senor.
I just mail it, huh? And I don't want to be disturbed, you understand?
Jeremy Burnham, born May 28, 1931, in London, England. He portrayed Walter Previs in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 38. Walter Previs is a charming yet secretive businessman caught in a web of lies and intrigue. Burnham brought a quiet intensity to the character, using his presence to weave a sense of mystery. After the show, Burnham's career continued in both television and theatre, though he never reached major stardom. In his later years, he became a respected playwright and screenwriter. Jeremy Burnham died on December 31, 2020, at age 89, after battling age-related health complications. His death marked the end of a life dedicated to the arts, lived quietly in his final years.
I always have champagne because I know no better.
Yes, we don't need to know any better.
You buy your wife champagne, I expect, do you?
William Squire, born April 29, 1917, in Birmingham, England. He played Sam Seymour in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1970, at the age of 53. Sam Seymour is an amiable but often bumbling ally to Randall and Hopkirk, a character filled with warmth and comic relief. William's deep voice and commanding presence made him a memorable figure in British TV and film. Squire continued to have a successful career, but after suffering a stroke in his later years, his health began to decline. William Squire died on May 3rd, 1989, at age 72, from complications following a stroke. He passed away surrounded by his family, having spent his final years largely out of the public eye.
The courier will be carrying goods to the value of £10,000, Mr. Randall. Deliver the courier to me, then take the receipt back to Mr. Hamilton in Glasgow.
Michael Goodliff, born October 1st, 1914, in Bebington, Cheshire, England. He portrayed Arthur de Crecy in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 55. Arthur de Crecy is a tormented and haunted gentleman, clinging to the past, and Goodliff's portrayal gave the role tragic dignity. Known for playing troubled intellectuals and wartime heroes, he was himself a former POW during World War II. After the series, he fell into depression, feeling forgotten by the industry. Michael Goodliff died by suicide on March 20th, 1976, at age 61. His passing shocked colleagues and marked the painful end of a man who had long carried invisible scars.
You so young. But you say that your husband asked you to come to me for advice. It's a whole year now, forgive me, but you should have come.
Ivor Dean, born December 21st, 1917, in Exeter, England. He portrayed Inspector Large in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 52. Inspector Large is a gruff and sceptical police officer, often clashing with Jeff Randall over his unconventional methods. Dean brought a stern yet quietly humorous energy to the role. After the series, he continued working in television but battled chronic health issues and deep loneliness following the death of his wife. Ivor Dean died on August 10th, 1974, at the age of 56, from liver failure brought on by years of heavy drinking. His final years were spent in solitude, largely forgotten by the industry he once served.
Where did you spend last night?
You don't have to answer that.
Well, Randall?
Paul Maxwell, born November 12th, 1921, in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. He portrayed Alan Corder in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at the age of 48. Alan Corder is a polished and powerful figure whose polished persona masks a ruthless drive. Maxwell's strong screen presence gave the character a chilling gravitas. Known for his deep voice and roles in British and American productions, Maxwell had a solid career but never reached stardom. In later years, he struggled with heart problems and withdrew from acting. Paul Maxwell died on December 19, 1991, at age 70, from complications related to heart disease. He passed away quietly, largely forgotten by the industry he once served.
If you carry a gun in London, you need to be careful. Ray, old buddy, let me tell you something. When I carry a gun...
Kieran Moore, born October 5th, 1924, in County Kerry, Ireland. He portrayed Miklos Corrie in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 45. Miklos Corrie is a mysterious and calculating character, and Moore brought a sinister edge to the role. Known for his versatile career in both British films and television, Moore's work spanned across different genres, including crime dramas and thrillers. Later in life, he faced financial difficulties and faded from public view. Kieran Moore died on July 15, 2007, at age 82, after a prolonged battle with lung cancer. His passing was a quiet one, with few public acknowledgements of his passing, despite his significant contributions to film.
Splendid. Splendid. I'll take all you've got. It's that simple. But I don't think...
David Bower, born March 6, 1917, in England. He portrayed Dr. Conrad in Randall and Hopkirk, deceased, 1969, at age 52. Dr. Conrad is a calm yet enigmatic medical figure whose hidden motives add to the show's intrigue. Bower was a respected character actor, often cast in roles that required a sense of gravitas. Despite a lengthy career, Bauer struggled with severe depression in his later years, which led him to retreat from acting. David Bauer died on February 8, 1973, at age 55, from a heart attack. His death came as a shock to his peers, as he had recently been active in television before his untimely passing.
I understand. And I am hurrying to another appointment, so I hope you won't mind if I carry on here.
No, you go ahead.
I read the report you sent me, Tremaine. Good, and what conclusions?
Who is your favourite character from Randall and Hopkirk? How do you feel knowing that some cast members are no longer with us? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on notifications to stay updated. We appreciate your support and are glad to have you as part of our community.